Hi guys, I am finally back. It's been a crazy week with no free time at all, so it's good to be back and make a new video. I shared on Instagram that I got my ZIG markers about last week, and I also shared my system for how I keep them organized, and I decided to keep its original packaging, and you'll see in a minute why. So what I did, I just put some numbers, actually their numbers, on the caps, and I just wrote them. I was lucky enough to have a die that cuts the perfect circle for the caps of the markers here, and this is by Simon Says, and it is called medium dot line, and this cuts the perfect size for these caps. And I got this like on sale. I believe it was $1 or something like that, so I'm glad I could use it for something so important. And to see my colors, I just made this little panel here. I added each color onto a piece of watercolor cardstock, and I did that just because I needed a bit more space to blend the color with water so I can see it better. And if you're wondering what the colors of the 36 pack are, you can see it. You can see them right here, and you can write your numbers down. Or if you have other markers, having the numbers here, you'll know what you'll receive, and if you'll have doubles or not. Like I had some doubles. Okay, so this is why I decided to keep the pack, because it comes with another plastic thing, and you can place this on your table and just grab your markers and work. These are divided in three. You can see here the divider, 3 areas for each row, so you can fit inside 4 markers. So I just put the numbers from low to high, and I will just watch here and grab my numbers that I need. The only thing I don't like that much about this set is that it has too many neutrals, or at least for me. As you can see here, there are like 5 neutrals and the black. So probably I wish this had more colors rather than so many neutrals. But like blues, I would have liked to be included more blues. There are only 4. The greens are nice, and also the yellows and the earth tones here are very nice. I just wish there were more blues. So this is how I keep them, and I will keep them like this because it's practical for me, and I don't have to go and buy other containers. I just love this sturdy plastic thing that it has, and they just can sit on my table, and I'll just grab my numbers, my colors, and start working. So this is the ZIG 36 pack. I'm gonna make a card today with some of the colors here, just because I love them so much. I have here a piece of watercolor cardstock, and I'm gonna grab like this pink right here, and this light violet, and I would like an orange, so I'm gonna grab the 52. So I'm gonna go with 21, 52, and 81. So the stamp set that I'm using today is from Simon Says, and it's called Artful Flowers. I went ahead and created some masks from some label sheets, and I can now start and stamp. And I just want to create a full background here. I'm gonna stamp with the VersaFine Onyx Black. This is my most favorite ink for watercoloring also. So one way you can do this is you can add first water to your image, and then you can add color and blend it out. And probably this is a bit more time consuming, but the effects are pretty nice. as you don't get those strokes that you might get with some colors. I've noticed that some colors work better than others. Or you can go directly with your marker and then add water. And you get a more intensive color if you do so. So my coloring is all done. Now I'm just gonna tilt the paper like this so you can see better the contrast, because I always have problems with natural light in my craft room. You can see that it's a bit different than if I show it to you like this. So I will add some color to the background also, and now I wished I would have stamped more flowers, but I'm just gonna go with this. So now I can pull these back, so it's pretty easy having the numbers like this. And 21. Just gonna grab a blue, and the lightest one is this 31 here, and this is called cobalt blue. And I'm just gonna add it a bit onto my paper, and then I'm just gonna add a lot of water. I'm gonna cut this a bit, and I'm using this stitch rectangle from Simon Says just because I want to add some interest on the edges, and also because I don't want this to cover the entire front of my card. I'll be using some vellum, and I'm gonna do some heat embossing. I have my Misty here. This is a polka dot rubber stamp. So I'm just gonna put my vellum in here into my Misty. I'm gonna add some baby powder so that I can remove any static that might be onto my paper, my vellum here. I'm inking with the Versamark, and I just love the Misty for the large stamps like this one. You can press and get a good impression without stressing too much. Okay, we'll be doing some white embossing, and there was once some vellum like this included with one of the Simon Says kits, and I loved it so much that I said, okay, I gotta try to make this embossed vellum because it was so sweet. So I found this rubber stamp and I was so happy, and now I cannot even remember the company that makes these stamps. So I'm not going to be using all, I'm just going to cut a piece out of this. And I left it longer so that I can tuck it underneath my panel there. Okay, I'm going to place this on top just because it adds a bit of movement to my background there. And I think I want to add some borders to my balloon. So I'm using this set of rectangle dies from Tonic Studios, and it has scalloped rectangles as well as straight edge scallops rectangles, sorry. So I'm just gonna grab this large one. So I'm gonna cut this from some white cardstock, and here is how the scalloped edge is. I just love how tiny this is. I'm gonna add a bit of this multimedia matte. So I will be taping this down. I have here some double-sided adhesive tape. And now it's time for my sentiment. I will be using the Thanks die from Lone Fawn, and we'll cut it out of some white cardstock. Glue this down. And I'm gonna add for everything, so this will be thanks for everything. And I'm gonna stamp this onto some watercolor paper. I'll be doing some white embossing, and I'll be using a banner die. I have this from Studio Calico, and this is a tiny banner. And I'm gonna cut one more banner from some white cardstock, and I'm gonna have that underneath. And I'm gonna mount this with some foam tape. Okay, and I'm ready to mount my card. I'm gonna use some white cardstock. I'll be adding some sequins. I have the clear ones from Simon Says. So at this point my card is done. I'm really disappointed with my light here. I'm sorry that you can't see the colors. I hope you can check the photos at the end of the video so you can see the real colors of this card. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.